So I got another one. So,
Yeah.
why are you here?
I'm here to support the people, obviously, a part of the people, and to see change. But more than see change, I feel we need to change ourselves and our mindset. Because it's much easier to change yourself than it is to change somebody else. So if you change your own thinking, then you've got more of a chance of, getting somewhere, I think.
I agree. So that took me on to the second question of what do you think we need to do as a people? So basically saying we need to elevate ourselves.
Educate ourselves. We need to get our bodies healthy, our thinking healthy. We need to unite in the true sense, Forget our differences, the easy one, the postcodes and all that, and realise we're all one, and understand that we're all one black people, and we need to come together. A lot has happened to us in our history, and people don't understand it's because of these things why we're in the state that we're in. But people don't want to address that, But when you take a nation and you take their religion, their language, their names, you don't teach them nothing about themselves. It just messes up the whole nation.
Right. I'm with you, my brother. What do you think they need to change? Whether you think it's law reform or any idea you have, what would, if a politician came to you and said, what can the country do? What would you say?
I think, because speaking of personal experience, I think they need to teach our young black youth their history, not his story, our real history. Because me as a person that done a bit of crime, I'm not saying I was a career criminal or anything like that, but I did a bit of crime growing up and carried a knife. I'm not even bad at carrying a knife or anything, but when I learned about my history, my heritage, what we did as a people, I'm not talking about inventing a traffic light, I'm talking about Nile Valley civilization, heart surgery,
medicine, science, maths,
science,
astronomy, cosmology,
chemistry, all of
architecture.
That. And then it made me feel like, I am something. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. And then that is what took me off course of what I was doing, because then I had something else to link myself to, and that is how I got out of it. Well, that was the beginning of it, actually. So I think what they need to do is teach them their history. Everyone else knows their history. You go to Africa, they're learning English. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
You go to,
it's actually a bit twisted.
It's mad. So I just think that once you start doing that, the black youth will be interested, because it's them. It's about them. But what's the bad thing about it, and I'll have to be honest, is that once you start doing that, you will realise how wicked,
how much they hate
the white race has been. Not saying they are or whatever, that's not what I'm about. I'm not hating on that, There's white people here, it's absolutely fine. But the truth will come out that they've done a lot of evil stuff, taking over people's countries.
Talking about
and they're not talking about it.
We haven't unpacked all the stuff that's happened.
It's how great they are and all the rest of it, which is, we just want to know, just the truth, innit? Do you know what I mean? We're not going to catch, we don't want revenge, This whole thing, we don't want revenge, we just want equality, that's it, We've always wanted that, we don't want nothing else. And just own your stuff, and then maybe we can get on,
Last one, what do you think of the proposed petition to make institutional racism as defined by the McPherson inquiry a crime?
Well, I mean, if people it is a crime, you can't...
It's not a crime.
They
can commit these numbers every year,
I'm saying it is. You know what I mean? I'm saying it.
I'm with you.
You're what's the word I'm looking for? Discriminating.
Yes.
And they have got some of that already. I'm sure it's a discrimination.
No, there are, but institutional racism, they can produce the stats every year. There's no crimes being committed. They make guidelines, and if the guidelines are not followed,
I think there's a lot of work being done now, and people are trying, but it's just scratching the surface, But and I know people don't want to look back, but you have to look back to go forward. You have to know where you're coming from to know where you're going. We're just here, floating around, don't know nothing about ourselves, and you have to go dig up the history yourself.
You're right. You have to do it on yourself. You have to Google everything, innit?
But if they taught, and the thing is as well, white people have been lied to as well.
Everyone's been lied to. The whole history has been remixed.
No.
The whole history has been remixed.
What I've learned is that a lot of white people are doing research now. And they're understanding.
Just like we had to.
We had to research. Oh my gosh, this is what's been really happening. Rather than we're just criminals or whatever the perceived notion is that we are, the narrative.
But, brother, that's perfect. I appreciate your time, brother. I'm Henry.